Hello, it's Mark Cunningham at Grace Property Management. Well, have you heard about kind of the banking, all the banking weirdness going on with banks being closed down and runs on banks these last couple months? We're recording this video in April of 2023. It was only a month ago that we had runs on banks, and it was kind of a banking crisis. Now, if you're a real estate investor, that may impact you in a way that you're not thinking about and recognizing. And here's how. We get a lot of prospective owner clients who call us considering to hire us to manage their property. And they ask us, we've been asked thousands of different types of questions. What do you charge, obviously? How do you collect rent? How do you evict a bad tenant? Last week we had someone who said, hey, can I see a copy of your company insurance? I want to know you guys are insured. Great question. We're asked many, many questions. Two questions that, to my knowledge, we have never been asked, but they're actually really important, are these questions that you as a real estate investor should be asking your prospective property management company. Which bank do you use? Which bank holds my money that I'm giving to you, Grace Management? And secondarily, are your bank accounts legal and proper trust accounts? You say, well, why does that matter? Well, because of what just happened here. So if you haven't heard of what's been going on here the last couple months, just to give you the quick background scenario, a month and a half ago, the 16th largest bank in America, Silicon Valley Bank, and also it's the second largest bank failure in U.S. history. They had a run on the bank. Now, we're not going to explain what a run on the bank is, but it basically means everybody wanted their money back, and the bank didn't have enough money to give back to everybody, so they kind of went bankrupt. The bank went out of business. Banks are businesses, just like plumbers and convenience stores. They really are businesses. They ran out of money, they went bankrupt, and they closed down. The government seized the assets of the bank. It was a big deal, a very big deal. As I said, the second largest bank failure in the history of the United States of America. Now, a couple days later, another bank, First Republic Bank, the 14th largest bank in America, it started to happen to them. And so then the FDIC, the federal government, came in and they kind of stopped that run on the bank because they saw this to be a cascading effect, and they wanted to stop it. And so they said, hey, it's okay. We, the federal government, we're going to backstop it. We'll make sure all of your depositors, you're going to get your money. And everybody kind of calmed down for just a little bit. But in the interim period, all the depositors at Silicon Valley Bank were very, very scared because the bank ran out of money. They had nothing left. So all the depositors were very nervous because they very likely legally could not get their money back out. Now, here's why this is important to you, because there's two aspects of this. Property management companies should be setting up their bank accounts as trust accounts. Now, in Colorado, this is a requirement per Colorado state law. It's a great law that our Department of Regulatory Agencies has in place. What it says that we, Grace Management, we have to set up a bank account, and it has to be a trust account, meaning it's not our money. So when a tenant pays rent, it doesn't go to Mark, it doesn't go to Grace Management. It goes into a trust account because it's their money, and out of that trust account, we pay bills. Maybe if you're an owner, you have a plumbing bill, we pay the plumbing bill, and then we pay you, the owner, out of that trust account, the money that's yours. So when the money sits in the trust, it's not mine, it's not yours yet, it still belongs to the tenant until it gets distributed. You say, well, what does that matter? Well, here's why it matters. Because the FDIC, the Federal Depository Insurance Corporation, is a federal agency. They guarantee $250,000 of banking coverage per beneficiary. Why is that word beneficiary so important? Because let's pretend I didn't set up a trust account. I just set up a regular business account, which is unfortunately what a lot of property management companies do. They just set up a business account. And tenants pay rent, and it goes into that account, and they pay bills out of there. And let's pretend that this property management company has 500 owners, 500 tenants, and they have, let's say, $500,000 sitting in that account. And then they made the mistake of going with a bank like this. And let's say the bank goes out of business. You say, well, gosh, the FDIC insurance is going to kick in. Well, the FDIC insurance is only going to pay the owner of that account $250,000. If there was $500,000 sitting in there, the other $250,000, poof, is gone. It disappeared. I can't get it. Now, remember, that wasn't my money as the property management company. It belonged to tenants. It belonged to owners. Those tenants and owners are now short because the property management company made a big mistake by not having a trust account set up. If they would have done the proper thing and had a trust account set up, then what happens is this: that $250,000 of FDIC insurance extends to every beneficiary of that trust account. So if I have 100 owner clients that have hired me to manage their properties, and I have a trust account set up. And every one of those owner clients has, let me just make up big numbers here, $1 million. Well, let's say $250,000. Every owner client has $250,000 in there. And the tenants pay rent. Now, we'd never have $250,000, but I think you get the point. You are covered. You as an individual owner are covered up to $250,000. It doesn't matter how many owners are in that trust account that I represent. Every one of them is covered to $250,000. Why? Because it's set up as a trust account, and the beneficiary coverage extends to each beneficiary. I know it's a little bit wonky, a little bit confusing, but it's a big deal if you're a real estate investor, because you need to make sure that you're reaching out to your property management company and asking these two questions. Which bank do you use? Are my accounts that you have set up for me, property management company, are they proper trust accounts? Now, if you're an owner client of Grace Property Management, rest at ease. I can tell you that we use proper banking and proper trust accounting to ensure that your money is fully protected with full FDIC insurance up to the $250,000 limit for all of our owner client and beneficiaries. Hey, if we can be a resource at Grace Property Management to you as an owner client investor, we're happy to do so. Jump on our website, rentgrace.com. We can give you information on property management, help you acquire rental real estate, help you sell rental real estate. We're here to be a resource if we can. I wish you success.